Your pet is part of your family. That's why at Pet Luxury, we've carefully formulated a line of high-end products, perfectly pH balanced for your dog, cat, and even horse, with sophisticated fragrances like sweet pea and vanilla, and fresh scents like cucumber melon and Japanese cherry blossom, free of harsh chemicals, dyes, and detergents, and 100% made in the USA. Gentle, safe, and best of all, effective. Order online today at petluxury.com because they're worth it.
Well, today we're sitting here with Dr. Quezada from the Board of Education. Dr. Quezada, your title is?
Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Edwin Quezada.
So you heard it. Dr. Quezada, Superintendent from the Yonkers Public Schools. Doctor, thank you very much for sitting here with us today. The reason why we requested this interview, Doctor, is to talk about two subjects that we feel are very important. Not just for Yonkers, but for the entire nation. Those subjects affect everyone. But we are focused in Yonkers. We are interested in talking about bullying and about teen suicide. How you see those two subjects, Doc?
Well, thank you, Mr. Benrose, for taking the time to come in and speak to us about two very unfortunate topics that we deal with in education. But most importantly, to speak about what the Yonkers Public School is constantly doing to support the needs of our young people. How do I feel about those topics? Well, sad, concerned, troubled by the fact that bullying has become, in one way or another, part of our daily life. And even more critical, the unfortunate experience of a young person committing suicide, which is something that is becoming prevalent in our nation, and something that we as adults, as a professional learning community, as a city as a whole, we need to tackle, and we need to say what it is that we, the adults, need to do to ensure that each and every one of our young people feel safe, valued, respected, appreciated, and more importantly, loved.
Now, Doctor, what mechanisms does the Board of Education have now to deal with let's start with the bullying, because suicide is the end result at times from many years of bullying or consequences. What mechanisms do we have, or do you have, to deal with those things? Let's say a parent comes to the school, he feels their child is being bullied. What are the first steps?
Well, for me, and what we have been doing since I became superintendent, is to work really, really hard on maintaining a positive culture in our schools. So from the moment that I arrived to central office, we immediately began to rewrite the code of conduct. We did not want the code of conduct in schools to be a punitive document. We wanted the document to be more about restoring relationships. For me and for many educators, restoring relationships, letting our children know that they can make mistakes. However, that we as the adults, we can restore any relationship that is broken in school is so critical. So our code of conduct is more about restorative relationships than it is a punitive document that speaks about letting children understand that they are an important part of our community, if not the most important part of our community. A parent comes to school and expresses an interest in discussing with an administrator the possibility that a child is being bullied. The first thing that is important is for the parent to understand that our schools are open for any discussion that they wish to have with us. That all of our building principals are trained, that all of our teachers are trained in anti-bullying practices, and that they are available to speak to our parents. So our parents need to realize that our doors are open. And more important than understanding that we are available to them, I want our parents to realize that they have the ability to share with us in a very confidential manner anything that could potentially be happening to their children. So the Dignity for All Act requires that we maintained in our website the ability for a parent to report anything that could be happening to their child in a very confidential manner.
No, Doctor, I'm sorry to cut you off, but we don't have much time, and I have to deal with certain things that were brought to our attention.
Sure.
Code of conduct, it's extremely important. It's the first step, just like laws. But unless those laws and that code of conduct is respected, we actually have nothing. Okay. Now, we have heard that many parents have approached those teachers that you just said that are trained to deal with this, but nothing else goes further than that first contact, that first file of that complaint. So how can those parents be assured that steps will be taken and they can measure those steps as they've been taken to resolve that problem?
So once again, I mean, if I am a parent and I come to anyone and report a potential incident of bullying and they feel that they are not being supported, then one of the most important advice is, go to the principal's office, go to the assistant principal's office. The principals are responsible for ensuring that every child is protected. So that's the first step. Secondly, if you want to pursue it further, make sure that you file it as a complaint online, which is
Your
confidential.
pet is part of your family. That's why at Pet Luxury, we've carefully formulated a line of high-end products, perfectly pH-balanced for your dog, cat, and even horse, with sophisticated fragrances like sweet pea and vanilla, and fresh scents like cucumber melon and Japanese cherry blossom, free of harsh chemicals, dyes, and detergents, and 100% made in the USA, gentle, safe, and best of all, effective. Order online today at petluxury.com because they're worth it.